everyone, I would like to talk to you today Hainan Yangpu Free Trade Port. I hope it will be helpful to friends who want to do business, trade, and register a company. I specially visited Yangpu Port today. After seeing the real situation of trade operations, I also went to the Government Service Center for consultation. This program takes advantage of Yangpu as a trader. The pits and skills of registering a company are all explained to everyone. If you want to lay out in Hainan and do cross-border business, you must see the end. All practical dry goods. First, Yangpu's trade advantages. Why do you choose Yangpu for business? A lot of private messages. Want to do cross-border trade or come to Hainan to do business? Is it worth it to choose Yangpu? Especially compared to those ports in Southeast Asia. What are the different advantages of Yangpu? In fact, to be honest, Yangpu's advantage is that it specializes in trade. It's for people who run businesses. It's easy to understand, and you'll know it after listening to it. In trade and business, what everyone cares most about is cost. After all, the savings are pure profit. Ports in Southeast Asia, like Singapore. Terminal usage fees, storage fees are getting more and more expensive every year. The docking fee for core berths is more than 30% higher than that of Yangpu Port. And Yangpu relies on the policy of Hainan Free Trade Port. There are zero-tariff ship stocking, bonded warehousing, these real benefits. Whether the goods are stored here or transferred, import and export customs clearance. Every step can save a lot of money, which is the most practical benefit. And Yangpu's policy dividends are not available anywhere else at all. It is the only state-level free trade port in Hainan. Economic and technological development zones and bonded port areas also enjoy provincial management authority. The policies that can be enjoyed by doing trade and running enterprises are really full. For example, the import and export management of first-line liberalization, second-line control. There is also the China Yangpu Port International Registry Port Policy, processing value-added domestic sales duty-free. There are also 3 zero-tariff lists. The accumulated tax relief accounts for more than 70% of Hainan province. No matter if you are simply doing import and export trade, or do business in a Yangpu-registered company, these policies can be directly applied. This is a port in Southeast Asia that can't be compared to anywhere else in China. In addition, Yangpu's radiation range is also very wide. Especially for friends who do trade in Southeast Asia, Yangpu definitely has an advantage. It is an important shipping node connecting the Pacific and Indian Oceans. It is only more than 20 nautical miles from the main international waterway. 35 foreign trade routes have been opened now, covering the RCEP area, the United States, West America, East, and other major global trade areas. Especially the routes specially encrypted to Southeast Asia countries. It is the core transit port for trade between China and Southeast Asia. Whether you are doing bilateral trade between China and Southeast Asia, still want to radiate the global market through Southeast Asia, Yangpu can help you build a convenient trade bridge, reduce logistics and communication costs for cross-border business, take fewer detours. Let's talk a little bit more here. Yangpu and the Port of Singapore are not competitors. It's about coordination, dislocation, complementarity. Now the two parties have cooperated. Encrypt the route together to improve operation efficiency. In this way, the cost of doing business can be reduced a little bit, whether it is Southeast Asia trade or global cross-border trade. Yangpu is a particularly good layout point. Second, Yangpu registered company, online versus offline. How to choose? After chatting about the trade advantages, let's talk about the registered company issue that everyone cares about the most. Yangpu registered company can be done both online and offline. Which one should I choose? First of all, let me make it clear to everyone. Register a company in Yangpu. It can be done online and offline. And when starting a business, you can get a business license and a free engraved seal at the same time. Truly achieve zero cost and zero latency. For people who run businesses, it's really worry-free. You don't have to spend a penny more, and you don't have to wait an extra day. Online processing is suitable for those companies that are ordinary trading companies, friends whose registration situation is relatively simple, or the shareholders are located in remote locations, or you are familiar with computer operations. I don't want to go to the scene to toss. Online processing is through the Hainan e-registration platform. It can be operated 24 hours a day, no need to queue up or run to the scene. Shareholders, executives, even if they are not in one place, Real name authentication and electronic signatures can be completed remotely. Progress can also be tracked in real time. The whole process can be done in 1-2 days, saving time and effort. Offline processing is more suitable for friends who register in special industries, such as petrochemicals, shipping, bonded maintenance, etc. Or the company name is difficult and the shareholding structure is more complicated. After all, the online system simply cannot meet these needs. It's too fragrant to handle offline at this time. Go directly to the window of Yangpu Government Service Center. The staff will guide you on site to prepare the materials. Check the original on the spot and modify it on the spot if there is any problem. One step, no need to be rejected repeatedly. Running errands back and forth can save a lot of time, especially for those who are not familiar with the process of registering a company for the first time. Offline processing can avoid many detours. Many friends who do trade and business will deliberately choose offline processing. It is also because offline can solve these complex problems. Without human guidance, it is easy to make mistakes online. Offline staff can help you avoid problems on site. You can do it all at once. And when handling offline, the staff will also work according to the type of trade you do. Do you trade in Southeast Asia or commodities? Tell you precisely what taxes and subsidies you can enjoy. It's hard to get all these details online. Knowing more about this, you can save a lot of money. In addition, friends who are registering a company for the first time, unfamiliar with material requirements, online submissions can be easily rejected. Offline staff review the materials on site and modify them on the spot if there is any problem. The pass rate can also be directly filled without repeated tossing. Third, Yangpu registered company. Compared with Haikou, Sanya, Shanghai, where are the advantages? Many friends who want to do business in Hainan and register a company will be torn to choose Yangpu, Haikou, Sanya, or Shanghai. And the answer is quite simple. The core depends on what kind of trade you do and how you do business. Yangpu's advantage is that it is specially adapted for cross-border trade, processing, and manufacturing enterprises. Especially for friends who want to do trade in Southeast Asia, it is right to choose Yangpu. Haikou Jiangdong New Area mainly focuses on the headquarters economy and modern service industry. Sanya Yazoo Bay focuses on technology. Shanghai focuses on medical tourism and the exhibition industry. Their policies are highly targeted, but they cover relatively narrow areas. However, Yangpu's policy is comprehensive, especially in the fields of trade, processing, and shipping. Policies like processing value-added domestic sales duty-free, international port of registry. Only Yangpu can enjoy it globally. For companies that do cross-border trade in Southeast Asia, policy dividends are more abundant and business is more secure. And Yangpu has formed a new petrochemical material, port and shipping logistics 200 billion level industrial clusters. Businesses both upstream and downstream are gathered here. No matter what you do in trade, processing, whether it is ship maintenance, it can quickly connect with the resources of the industrial chain. Don't bother to build a cooperative network yourself. It can save a lot of time and cost. On the other hand, Haikou, Sanya, Shanghai, their dominant industries are not trade and processing. The supporting facilities are not perfect. After our cross-border trade enterprises settle in, it is not easy to find a partner, and the cost of cooperation will be high. In addition, Yangpu's comprehensive cost is also lower, and there is less pressure to do business. Its benchmark land price for industrial land is only 60% of that of Haikou Jiangdong New Area. The cost of factors of production such as water, electricity, and labor. It is also much lower than Haikou and Sanya. Moreover, there are staff dormitories, canteens, and other supporting facilities in the park. It can further reduce the labor costs of enterprises. Haikou and Sanya as tourist cities. The cost of living and labor are both high. The pressure of long-term business will be great, and Shanghai's industrial carrying capacity is limited. Large-scale trade and processing enterprises are simply difficult to land. It simply cannot meet our needs for cross-border trade. More importantly, Yangpu's approval efficiency is higher. Without delaying the progress of doing business, everyone knows that doing business and doing trade, time is competitive, and Yangpu enjoys provincial management authority. Whether it is a major trade project or a business registration approval, can be handled directly by the Park Management Committee. No need to report layer by layer, saving a lot of approval time. And Haikou, Sanya, and Shanghai are mostly municipal management authorities. The approval cycle is long and the process is cumbersome. It is easy to delay the project landing and trade layout, which is not worth the loss. 4. The core value of Yangpu. Yangpu is designed for people who want to do business, trade, and register a company. In terms of trade, low costs and good policies can help us open up trade routes around the world, especially in Southeast Asia. Less wasted money, less wasted road. Register a company, choose online and offline flexibly. Simple business saves time online, and complex business saves time offline. Comparison Heiko, Sanya, Shanghai. Yangpu is more suitable for cross-border trade, processing, and manufacturing enterprises. Whether you want to market in Southeast Asia or deep into China's cross-border trade, Yangpu is the first choice. Today's sharing is here. They are all dry goods that I visited on the spot and chatted with the staff. If you like it, remember to like it and follow it. I will share more Yangpu business in the future. Trade, practical skills of registration. See you next time.